A quarter-point increase, Trish, as expected. A quarter-point increase from the Fed at its latest policy meeting ended today. The Fed raises the target for its benchmark Fed funds rate to 0.5, a half a percent to three-quarters of a percent. That's a quarter point higher in the range, as expected, because of improving labor markets and rising inflation. This is the first rate hike, as you mentioned, since December of last year. And the Fed has increased its forecast for future rate hikes for 2017 to 3 quarter-point hikes from 2 hikes in its last economic projection in September. We will ask Fed Chair Janet Yellen shortly whether that is because of the economic stimulus proposals like tax cuts and infrastructure proposed by President-elect Trump. The markets certainly have been expecting a stronger economy and potentially higher inflation from those moves. The vote today to hike the rate a quarter point was unanimous, 10-0. Trish?